Fuck off, Orca's streaming, no way.
Hello everyone. How you all doing? Right, let's see what we've got. Welcome in, Edger, Mighty. And thank you for the sub, Mighty. Much appreciated. Mr. Gameland, thank you for the sub. Psych, thank you for the Prime sub. And Mirage for the tier 1. Welcome in. Welcome back, Ross. Triple Ashley is a feature. Yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, we'll definitely have more Ashley, but 3 Ashleys. Maybe that could be done. Welcome in, KO. Old lady that patrols being replaced by Super Sally of all things. Not good for self-statics. Oh, I see. So like the first lady you see in the village. Is that who you mean? Welcome in, Val. Louise. Welcome in. Silty. Phoenicius. Thank you for the sub. Gun. Sure, Mighty. We'll get you that early access right away. And DB Madge, thank you for the tier 1. I think that's everyone. Let me know if I've missed you out. Thank you for all the subs. Right, so let's see. Let's see who needs early access. So I had a few DMs. Which I need to cover. Hey AFK, how's it going? Thank you for the tier sub. Sorry, tier sub? Tier 1 sub. P Maggio. Excited to attempt some deathless randomizer. Yeah, there's already people attempting permadeath, and it's not gone too well. You're lucky enough to just get out the village half the time. Everyone, have a little clap though for AFK. He has been helping a lot with the randomizer. He is my go-to for finding anything out. For example, if you want something changed or added to the randomizer that isn't there yet, we first need to figure out how to actually mod the game so that we can do that. and that often takes a lot of trial and error, or just searching through the game files until we find the right thing that we need to change. So, for example, the timer at the end of the game, we needed to increase that, but it certainly took more than 5 minutes to find it. I certainly didn't find it when I was looking for it, but AFK, he goes off, comes back the next day, and he's like, I found it, found the timer, we can change it. Oh, if you want to talk about shop icons AFK, just talk to Mighty Couscous. He loves talking about shop icons. He is all in for shop icons.
Oh, who'd have thought a whale could be so heavy? Cheese it, defense!
Allow crafting of ammo using other ammo types as the currency. Oh, so do you mean like handgun plus TMP ammo equals Magnum? Is that what you're getting at? I think it is possible to add new crafting recipes. I mean, the Berserker mod did it, didn't it? It added the hand grenade recipe. Yeah, because it's I mean, the amount of people subbing at the moment is great, by the way. Thank you, everyone that subs. But it means having to find your name in a list of about coming up, like literally the list almost has 1,000 people in now. We've got to find you and set your status to early access. So bear with us if it takes a little time to get that done. But if you haven't been given access yet, but you have subbed, just let us know what your name is on Biorand in the chat. And then after the stream's finished, if you still haven't got early access, just DM me on Discord. And if you need help finding the Discord, the link is at the bottom of the Biorand website. So the Biorand website is here. And the link to the Discord is here. How are you all finding the randomizer, by the way? Have any of you had a chance to play it yet? The ones that have already got it. Have you not got yours yet, Siren? Okay. Is your name exactly the same as your Twitch? So have you registered on the website? On the Biorand website, have you created an account? Yeah, so everyone go to the link that Edge has sent if you haven't already and create an account there. Yeah, and then we can give you access. Glad you like it, Val. I see you've been talking about it a lot as well in the Discord. I was watching like I'm trying to watch VODs as well, people play it. I was watching a bit of Box play of yesterday, and that waterhaul he got. I think he had like 5 super yes, 5 super Salvadors and another chainsaw. And he had like one and a half enemies on, so even more at the top to grab Ashley. The funny thing was, I thought Waterhaul was too tame. In fact, I think Waterhaul is a bit too tame on 1 times enemies. So what I was going to do was add a couple of extra spawns. The main reason is that in the Waterhaul you got, I think, 4 spawn points. So you got the 2 spawn points on the sides, and they're usually all the people that go for Ashley, and then you got 2 extra spawn points sort of higher up, further away, which is where the people that go for you come from. Unfortunately, they have to vault over a balcony rail to get down. So any enemy that can't vault over a rule can't spawn there because they just get stuck at the top. So it means that you don't get like knights or regenerators and things like that appearing. So what my plan was to create just a couple of extra spawn points at the bottom of the Waterhaul, and just add them to the roster when it does that particular section, just so that you can get some other enemy types appearing. The other thing I can do is just allow the enemies that go for Ashley to also be other enemy types. As long as they... So the enemies... Some enemies can't vault. Some enemies can't jump down over a ledge. But there are some enemies that can jump down over a ledge but can't vault. Regenerators, for example, cannot vault, but they can jump down a ledge. So those are suitable for the Ashley spawn points. Do you want me to give access to Mighty's friend from him asking about his sub earlier? Yeah, sure. I'm sorry, Virgo, let me just check. Might have been because I wasn't able to find you. Did you register on the website? Oh, okay. So the other thing it could be is that your email is wrong. So just right. Okay. Let's just have a look. It's possible your email address is wrong. Although there was someone else that couldn't get emails working. I think their account was potentially bouncing them. Yeah, if you just talk to Edge, Virgo, he'll check you out. Worst comes to worst, you just use a different email address that does work, or a burner email address. But yeah, no problem. Psyk. SYIK. There you go. Enjoy the rando. Thank you for the sub. And thank you, Vinicius, for the 1,000 bits. Any plans to make an available in RE3? I'll make Andy available in RE3. Is he not available? He might have just been missed out. RE3 is a bit weird because some NPCs, they have a bit too many like vertices or polygons in their model. And RE3 and RE1 have a much stricter limit to how many polygons you can have in their model. And it often means that I have to like delete sections of the model in order for the game not to crash. It's a bit annoying. But yeah, I don't actually remember even looking at Andy. But I do remember making I did a stream once where I showed how to port a NPC from one game to the other. So potentially someone could look at that and repeat the process for Andy. Right, I think we're ready to start. Just had to do a little bit of admin, but luckily I've got a little bear helper called Double Edger that's helping me out with this tedious task. And if you're not following Edger, go do so. He was streaming the randomizer earlier, trying to do permadeaths, and he got a PB of like he just rescued Ashley. I think that was his PB, which is pretty far because permadeath's not on professionals, definitely not an easy thing to do. On 2 times enemies as well. What's funny is that yeah, you didn't actually die. You just accidentally shot Ashley. Right. Let's find my desktop. I always have to tell OBS to refresh the source for some reason. Every time. Right, so the last thing I was working on, I'd fixed the fact that you don't always get your secondary gun yesterday. And I added a missing stage. That's about it. Today I was going to add the names of all the different stages, which will help out with investigating what the enemy limits should be for each stage. And then I was going to try despawning the enemies on the Mendez fight to see if it prevents it from crashing. Because what happens is it crashes when it adds the second phase of enemies, because you've got too many enemies already from the first phase. So I was wondering if you could despawn all the ones from the first phase and spawn all the new ones in the second phase, it wouldn't crash. But we'll just have to try it and see. You're up to El Gigante fight. Nice. How many multipliers is that, Jamie? Is that 2 times? Is it possible to do randomizer for RE7 and 8? Yes, anything's possible. Do you like ammo conversion idea, by the way, Olga? If so, you'll have a look into it. So what you're suggesting is actually just a general, can I create new recipes? So yeah, just figure out how to do that, and that will be useful regardless of what I create recipe. It'll just give me the knowledge on how to create recipes, and then I can easily add as many recipes as I like. Depending if there's a limit or not. There might be a limit to how many recipes you can have, so we might have to replace existing recipes potentially. I don't know. or use like recipes that are like stub ones, never used. Your friend did random on enemies and got 96% extra enemies in the game. Found it funny. 96% extra enemies is probably not quite accurate in the fact that when it says like 100% extra spawns, what that means is that out of all the spawns that I have added, which there are about 200 of them, 100% of them will be used. Hey Trey, welcome in. Must have been a quiet morning without you streaming. By the way, Mighty, I think you and AFK should DM each other if you're not already. And there's also a Discord which I'll give you a link to other people that mod RE4, because there's some information in there as well that might be useful. Right, let's get started. So the game splits every little area into what they call stages, and they can vary in size. For example, there's 2 stages just before you get to the first cabin. So you know that bit where you duck under the fence? You're going from one stage to another stage as you do that. But then like the whole village area is one stage. Apart from inside the houses, they're like a different stage. So yeah, it's not always clear where a stage begins and ends. And we're going to do some editor magic in order to add the names for these stages. So chapter it's an interesting one, chapter, because you potentially it's got a stage can be in multiple chapters, so maybe it should be an array, but this will do for now. Ooh. Visual Studio is not so great when doing this kind of column selection for some reason. Ooh, there we go. Sometimes I have to like swap into VS Code where it's easier. Just throw in a comment. In fact, I might do that actually. I'm just going to open this in code. Let's replace capital S for stage with stage. Like that, there we go. Get rid of that extra space. Ooh. and then put. Oh, actually, that should be name. Name. Double quotes. Let's take the end brace. Sorry, begin bracing. Right, that's probably enough. Can do the rest manually. 2. Comment. Comment. Early access still pending. Name's Louise. Don't worry, Edger will get to it when he's back. I'm sure of it. If you can just hang tight for a few minutes. There he goes. Thank you, Edger. So I worked on CVX for a good 3 months, actually. Well, I don't know, because I didn't really do much in January due to the Biorand tournament. I was quite engaged with that, even though I didn't participate. And I was also fixing, like, I was doing some hot fixes throughout the tournament. But then after that, I continued with my CVX randomizer. And CVX really did burn me out quite a bit because there was a hell of a lot of manual grinding to do with like figuring out where all the items were, which items were actually in the game and not just fake items. And also trying to just get the game to mod correctly, because you would end up changing items and then they wouldn't actually change in game, or items were hidden, they were in the script. I had to do loads of messing about with the scripts to randomize some items. Get the door and the item randomizer as well, like sequence breaking. I had to do all sorts of other edits to the script. It was incredibly tedious to randomize that game. But we managed to get almost a complete item and door randomizer working, other than a few issues. And then I tried to randomize enemies, and I was like, it just crashes. You so much just change an enemy and it crashes. And the sounds weren't correct either for the enemies. It was impossible to know whether changing the enemies in a particular room would crash the game or not. The enemies themselves were baked into the rooms of the, like, each room has a file, and the enemies are in for that room are in the file itself, the textures. So that all has to be like copied from another room. Yeah, it's just incredibly painful to mod that game. And then I started like fiddling about with RE4 remake, and it was like, this is so much easier. I can make a rando in a week with RE4 remake. So I did. But I'll go back to CVX at some point and at least like finalize the item and the item and door randomizer. The main problem with the item randomizer is that there's a lot of complicated, probably more out of all the games, where there's duplicates of some items. Take the Eagle medal, I think it is, for example. There's 2 of them in the first section of the game. And then when you go back as Chris, there's a 3rd one. And you just got to like put them the right quantity in the right places. And then there's items which you use and then you pick up later as a different character. And then there's little sections where you're just one character and then you switch to a different character and you got their inventory switching. It gets complicated, and the item randomizer cannot deal with those complicated parts. So what I plan to do is rewrite the item randomizer, which would not only fix the issues in CVX, but also some of the issues in the first 3 games. For example, RE1, you will find that some seeds you just get 4 batteries, and that is because it's not a very intelligent item randomizer, and it just it can't make like assumptions, so it just chucks in 4, just as like to ensure you don't soft lock. But if it was smarter, it wouldn't need to do that. Thank you, Beef, for the sub. Early access will come to you shortly. Oh, and thank you, Bashers, for the sub. Much appreciated. Would I ever consider a rando for RE5? I mean, Hot Potato's pretty much made one, hasn't he? With that, was it Shimbo mod? Or just like 50 Weskers all over the place. Hey, Big Box, welcome in. Can you have early access? Sure. Did you see the little reference I made in Discord? Sorry, the little mention I had of you in Discord. How did I figure out how to make it so key items couldn't soft lock with so many combinations of rooms? The randomizer has an algorithm which more or less pretends to play the game. So it knows where all the doors are and what keys they take, but it won't go through a door until it's placed a key. So once it's placed a key, it will then allow the search to continue from that door that was locked and do more rooms. So it's you sort of build up from the beginning, and you traverse every room that is accessible, and then whenever you get to a locked door, you think, okay, all I have left are locked doors. I need to place a key for one of those locked doors. Once you place that key somewhere that you've already traversed, that door then is open, and you continue the search, and you place another key. You allow that door then to open, and then you eventually build up until you get to the end of the game. And all the keys should be placed before the door. And that allows you to have different routes. So it isn't always like the spade key is not always going to be the item that you pick up first in the police station, because it might have placed the heart key first, and then the spade key is somewhere in the basement. I believe that Biorand is the first randomizer to actually do that with Resident Evil, because I don't think RE Dukes does that. It just has like, this key can only be in these places, this key can only be in these places type of thing. Yeah, I did plan to actually have a little video where I draw on a piece of paper, um, like a diagram of how it works, but I've just never got around to it. Hey, Def, welcome in. He got an email, but not a code. Well, what did the email say? That means he's not getting all the emails. Hold that thought. So Devil, Hot Potato made a mod for RE5 called, I think it's just called Shinbo mod. And he did it with someone else, I can't remember. It'll come to me. And I didn't actually know about it until I saw Bok and Wolf play it co-op. And it was insane. Like the number of enemies and how much health they had. It looked like a real grind. But the music was the most hilarious thing because it I can't remember what the track's called now. Is it Ascension? One of the Mercenaries track just plays on loop, but not even that. It only loops like half of the track, so it's just half of that Mercenaries track playing repeatedly throughout the entire game. Apart from like certain sections, it had the Metal Gear Solid theme music. What's going on here? Missing from stages. I assume it's not missing anymore. Oh, maybe it is missing. It's probably still worth having then. Right, okay. Yeah, that's the nice thing about that RE5 mod actually, is that you can do it co-op with someone. And if they ever do an RE5 remake and it gets a randomizer, I mean that will just be more popular in it because you'll be able to do co-op randomizers. Unless someone makes a randomizer for RE5 OG. Yeah, sorry, Big Boss. There was a bit of joking there. It's because people like Mighty were saying that they should get early access because they subbed even though they already had it. I was gonna say though that in the Discord I mentioned you because you were the second ever person to play Biorand or stream Biorand, should I say? After Albert F and Reskin. Welcome in 404.
Fuck off, Orca's streaming, no way.
Oh, bloody Orca.
How was your stream?
Orca, sort your fucking shit out!
Fuck you to Orca.
Thanks, Gunter. How you doing? What was I saying? Don't know. I've lost my train of thought now. Gone to just took that away from me.
No! Oh, who'd have thought a whale could be so heavy? Cheese it, defense!
Thank you for the fight. Yeah. Apparently it's like XML files or something for RE5. I don't think it's hard to mod. Hot Potato would be able to give you more details. How has your last stream gone to actually? Because I think you did more RE2 no damage, right? Rather than RE4. Oh, you got Lane A. Nice. Well done. You're doing these so quickly. You'll have you'll be doing a God run in no time. 8 games. Oops, I did not want to do it. Oh, that should be an array. And then it should be in an object probably. Stages. No, don't do that. Right. Okay. So that's all the stages, including their names. Thank you for the sub, Simon. We'll get you that early access. Assuming you want it. Hey, Kestrel. So here's a question for you, actually, and I might get different answers, but yet you have to pick one. Okay, what's been your favorite moment with the RE4 randomizers so far? Like either yourself playing it or watching someone else play it and seeing their reaction to something. I know there's been many for RE4, but you gotta choose one. I tell you what, if if we get like a list, a small list, I can do a poll. Okay, so we got one enemy in a box. Bok running into third Super Salvador in the same building. Getting cucked with double pistols, then WSMG. Come on, no, I can tell you right now there's been more funny moments than just that. Getting free Super Salvador and Kraus on Mendes Hill. I think everyone has a Mendes Hill to share. I'm trying to think who the worst one I've seen is yet. Shiny was mad and tried to kill every enemy on his Mendes Hill. But I think Itmijami was definitely one of the worst hills I've seen. Yeah, Ray, clips are fine to post, no matter whose it is. I did actually see Spicy get his first enemy in a box. He had a funny reaction. Free Super Iron Maidens. Red Serlets. Hold on, let's watch this clip then. With a little bit of cinema.
I'm just dead. I'm just fucking dead.
Oh yeah, I've seen
What is this, dude?
I've seen this before.
I'm just dead. Yeah, get him! Fucking shit on him, cow! The cow's my fucking savior!
I think also, since it's related, I'll try and find. I think this has to be actually my favorite moment so far. Bear with me.
My God. Okay, okay. Good. Thank the lords. They can try. Bro! Where am I supposed to stand? There's another one! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Oh shit! Oh my God!
That's my favorite thing to have ever happened so far. I just love how you got not just one JJ, not two JJs, three JJs, all different directions, different altitudes, and then using the cow as the shield for the third one. And you know how much Bok loves JJ as well. We had 6 in the bottom waterhole today, all JJs. Did you see Bok's waterhole yesterday though? He had 6 Super Salvadors during the Ashley section. Spawned robots. Robots? Where you shoot the wood. Robots? There's no robots in the RE, is there? Gyarados on a box. Oh, welcome in, Stuffle. Oh yeah, we have to see this one that Conta posted. This is a good one. I came at the right time, Emily.
Oh my god, man. Oh my god, man.
Had you seen that, Edge? How you doing, Emily? Welcome in. We're just trying to continue what I started yesterday. And I've got a new helper now. Edger is going to be the one that redeems people of their early access. Which means that I can actually get to do something during the stream. We were just also going through our funniest moments that we've seen during the randomizer and people streaming it. Question is, when are we going to start having some races? Actually, there's also some bingo mentioned, wasn't there? Randomizer bingo. Do you know what would be on the list? Yeah, it'd be after everyone gets back, right? Are you just array one day, Edger, or is it the whole week as well? You want to raise friends, but it needs to be public first. I mean, they'll get early access at some point if they register. I mean, if they haven't registered yet, get them to register. Otherwise, it'll take ages for them to get it. Yeah, that's the other problem. That obviously, doing a race on the main game is. I mean, there's two things you can do. You can either obviously split it over multiple sessions, which isn't great, particularly because if there's more than one person, you've then got even less time that you're streaming at the same time. like the overlap's going to be less, and then yeah, you're not going to have enough time to actually finish the whole game. But you could actually, instead of doing it in multiple sessions, you could just have a race to castle, so the first person to reach castle wins. That would be doable. Yeah, but what would the squares be? Like, what did you have in mind for the actual things on the bingo sheet? Are you doing it all in one sitting, Smurfy? You won't have a job soon. Doesn't sound good. Things like find a gold egg. I suppose you'd have to make sure your profile is configured that allow your bingo sheet to be achievable as well. You sent me the SS. Oh, you've already started. Nice. Is that a secret, or are you happy for me to show the stream? Okay. Let's just open this then. So you've got. Is there like a bit? Have you put them in a particular order? Like, is the fact they're on the? Okay, it's random. And would you randomize it each time you do it as well? Cool. You know, it wouldn't actually be hard to implement this in the website either, would it? I mean, just what, generate a table, select some random things from a list. Wouldn't even need to be server based, like. Oh, actually, no. If you did do it server based, then you could actually have it dynamically show the progress, couldn't you? Well, yeah, I assume you mean the miracle. I need you to record that, actually, Edger. Can you record you saying the miracle? Because I can't do it. And then I could have that as a sound. Next time I play RE4, I'll just press, every time I see a Mendes, I'll just play your sound clip of you saying the miracle. Yeah, five Mendes. Again, you have to make sure that your profile actually gives you enough that allows that to be achievable. I mean, as a separate mod, yeah, I probably wouldn't just build it into Biorand, so everyone gets it. Complete Mendes Hill without using a flash. Bog did this because he didn't have a flash the other day. It's funny because he was like after the first round, it was like, right, what do we all need to remember, guys? Always bring a flash to Mendes Hill. And what does he do? He doesn't have a single flash. Second round, he does. I guess you would be like, okay, you keep restart. If you wanted to do that one, you'd keep restarting, retrying until you did it. Max out weapon. Do you mean in every upgrade, including exclusive? Quiet body armor. Carrying armor during. Oh, wait. You should have parry dynamite. Sorry, parry a dynamite successfully. When you say Pacifista chapter, do you mean do it without killing any enemies? I assume you're not going to include bosses in that. Oh, without dealing any damage. So you can throw a flash. Flash can kill Plaga spiders though. Chapter 1, 2, and 3 has no bosses. No, but I was just thinking if you wanted to do the Delago chapter, would you count Delago? Have 5 of the same throwables. Get a collateral kill. Does that mean just have an enemy kill another enemy? Acquire the striker charm. It's just RNG, I guess. I think things like that though, if you're doing the same seed, I mean, is that going to be? Would you do different seeds or the same seed?
No! Oh, who'd have thought a whale could be so heavy? Cheese at the fence!
Thank you for the follow. Same profile, not necessarily same seed. Okay. Yeah, this we could definitely add this to the website, I think, because other people would definitely benefit from it. I know I don't know if they were talking about OG or not, but I remember Box saying that he wanted to do one with Maxi. And Trey, was it you? The other one? But I don't know if it was. I assume remake in that case. So they would benefit from this as well. Oh yes, Waifu, that's it. Sorry, not Trey. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was OG or remake that they were talking about. Thank you for the sub, Uncle Cuz. You still not got the email, Epsilon. Yeah, if you're not getting the email, the only thing I can suggest is using a different email address. So I'm sending emails from my own server that hosts the website, and I actually made sure that it had the correct DKIM and SPIF validation, which is more than enough for Gmail to be happy with it, but I don't know, other email servers might be more strict on what they allow emails to come from. Well, I know dots work because because in Gmail dots are completely ignored, aren't they? They're just you can put them anywhere and it doesn't make a difference. And I know plus works as well because I've used that as a way of like doing another account. So if you've got a Gmail address, if you do plus, anything after it is ignored. So it's an easy way of just adding, creating multiple accounts or creating accounts that have a specific email address that you can easily filter. They're both DE. That's interesting. Well, but I'm using my own SMTP server, and I can't see why it would have a problem with any particular email address. It's more likely that the mail server that's on the receiving end doesn't trust my server for whatever reason. Is it alright if you use the same username? You'll have to use a different username, but we can fix that for you afterwards. You've got Outlook email. Well, as in Microsoft provided email. Is that what you mean? Because that should be fine, I would have thought. But yeah, you can't change your username, but we can change your username. So if you need your name changing, just let us know. Same with your email address. I actually need to write a function to allow you to delete users, because currently you can't do it. What I'm doing here is what's known as a lazy evaluated function. Kotlin actually has a built-in functionality for doing this for you, like with just pure syntax, which is quite nice. Can't make that read only. Needs to be static. Right. And then this is going to be interesting because oh no, there's numbers that don't exist yet. I'll eventually make that the same. Okay, so in here, this needs to be Stage IDs dot. Actually, what I'll do is stage definition from stage ID. There you go. Okay, so that's interesting. 40501. Four oh five oh one. Beginning of game. Beginning of first cabin. Actually. Try 16. Oh yeah, one of the weird things, Edjo, is that the way it works is it only sends someone an email if you change their status from early access pending to early access. So it's only if it's going from that to that that it sends out the email. So if it just said pending and you switch them to early access, then it won't send out an email to say that they've received early access. It's not a big deal, but just something worth knowing. So in those cases, I go from pending to pending early access, then to early access. Yeah. Pending means that they haven't ever logged in, so it's an unverified email address. So I think I've put in all your descriptions now, Edger, into the system. I'm surprised there's some gaps though, particularly the first 4. So 24. Tell you what, I don't need it set stage. We'll just do stage ID : well, I don't know. Like, what do I even do about that? I have no idea how to even fix it. I mean, hosting your own SMTP server is not a simple task either. Like, hosting your own email is probably one of the hardest things to do. It is so complicated now. I set one up just for this basically, and I managed to find a nice Docker container which I could host a simple SMTP server in. And I got the SPIF and the DKIM working fine. The only thing that it's not doing is, actually no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because it's from localhost only, so it doesn't matter. It's not encrypted. You'll be encrypted from the SMTP server to the mail receiving end. Hey Shiny, welcome in. That's what I think it is. I think email servers, even with the trouble of going through, even after doing all the messing around with the DKIM and the SPIRF, some servers will probably still just not bounce emails, and well, I don't know what to do about it. I have got a full team now, Shiny. I got Edger working for me, I got AFK working for me, I got Mighty working for me. Could say I've even got you working for me, because I'm using your profile as like the default. Yeah, the annoying thing is with Ashley, sometimes it's just unfair. So if Ashley gets knocked down and you kill like a chainsaw guy, or if you've even got like an Iron Maiden near her, it's just rip.
No! Ah, who'd have thought a whale could be so heavy? She's at the fence!
Thank you for the follow, and thank you, Asiel, for the Prime sub. The Lorgers. The Lorkers. I mean, you can start a band if you want. Welcome in, Jules. How you finding the randomizers? Or watching them, should I say? You'll have access now. Yeah, I saw you glitching out of the room, Shiny. I don't think that helps you finish the game, though. I just read your message, Smurfy. I completely agree. Everyone should be giving me solutions, not bug reports. Speaking of bug reports, I need to create one for what Edge told me about many times. Probably Ray as well. Flash grenade in shop is limited to one item, and probably first aid spray as well. Oh, okay, I'll go with that. It just doesn't show you the number.
No! Ah, who'd have thought a whale could be so heavy? She's at the fence!
Thank you for the follow. Just wish the engine could handle more enemies. Me too. I just wish it wouldn't crash. Like, I don't mind the frame rate tanking if you've got too many enemies. That's fine. That's like, okay, clearly that's too many. Maybe you can get past it, maybe you need to turn it down a bit. But no, not too much harm done. But crash, that's just irritating. Well, that's probably because it's spawning in new enemies, Shiny. It's whenever new enemies spawn. In fact, that's what we were going to do after I did this. I was just a bit confused as to why there were gaps in some of the stages, but I'll have to look into that. Right, so yeah, that Mendes thing. We're going to do that now. So if I... so I'm going to want to use yeah. So I need to go to Oh, I don't actually have the code to do this. I need to add a skip spawn condition. Right. There's going to be some ads starting, so I'm just going to grab a quick new drink while that's going on with it. Be back in a few minutes. Welcome in, Kamuku. How you doing? Right, so this is the flag for phase 2, and this is the flag for phase 1. So what I want to do, right, sorry, that's the flag. Yeah, that's the flag for phase 2. That's the flag for phase 1. So what I want to do is make the flag for phase 2 the skip condition for phase 1, which means that the enemies will spawn when that condition's met. That flag is set, which is when Mendez is in phase 1, and then this will be when to despawn them, which is when it's in phase 2. And hopefully it doesn't crash the game when we've got a huge number of enemies. I just now need to actually implement that. So let's just go to where it has this. So create spawn controller. Yeah, it just means, I mean, it's not too different from other things, I suppose. It just means you have to make sure that you kill all the enemies before the boss, which you most likely do anyway, just because if you've got like chainsaws and stuff, you want to deal with them first, since the boss is a lot easier to dodge. I think it's just spawn skip condition. Oh, that's too complicated. What's Edge's challenge? Permadeath 5 enemies. I mean, permadeath 2 enemies didn't go so well for you the other day. It's probably like a point though where it gets easier the more enemies you have because of the friendly fire. I have literally no idea, Shiny. I don't know if Super Salvador actually does damage, because when the only reason he works is because someone sent me some files that make him work, and I think those files might have disabled his friendly fire. So he'll still stun other enemies, but I don't know if it'll do damage. Does he still actually do damage though, Shiny? Do you see the damage numbers on the other enemies when he hurts them? Oh, okay. But AFK is pretty sure they included the friendly fire removal files. So now I don't know what to think. You know what? If you can figure it out between yourselves, I'm all up for making whatever changes I need to make in the randomizer. As I say, I didn't even make I did not do anything to get Super Salvador working. That was just given to me, the files that make him work. So I don't actually know the internals that were done to make him work. I think it involved like changing the catalog files, which is how you like get stuff from separate arrays working as well. Generate. Yeah, I don't. The only so if you want enemies to not do friendly fire, like save that for the really hard mods, because they also like just make it so that you can barely damage the enemies anyway. It seems a hard mod thing to do, just make it so that it just seems to like make the game much more of a grind rather than more puzzle oriented, which is what I think you're going for, Soreni. Like you prefer the puzzles over the grind. In other words, there's a simple solution, you just need to figure it out. And not just, oh, I need to not make a mistake for 20 minutes. Well, the thing is, I mean, what can you do about it? If they can't hurt each other, you also can't dodge it. Like, there's no reliable dodge mechanic for Nemesis. So you would just end up doing the glitch where he can't kill you in a certain animation. And then it's just a grind, isn't it?
Ah! No! Oh, who'd have thought a whale could be so heavy? She's at the fence!
That looks like it worked. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in Indescribable.
Okay, here's the next one.
Hey kids, do you like Jim Pokemon?
Yeah!
Then you're gonna love Alabama Man! Alabama Man! He's quick, he's strong, he's active! You can take Alabama Man to the bowling alley where he drinks heavily and chews tobacco.
Wow, he can bowl.
He can bowl, he can drink some more! Alabama Man! When wife asks him where he's been, just use the action button and Alabama Man busts her lip open.
Shut up, bitch! Wow.
Beats up his wife and sleeps it up. Alabama Man!
I want to be just like Alabama Man.
Alabama Man comes with everything you see here, wife sold separately.
I thought I told you to shut up.
Not all people from Alabama are white beaters.
Gay, totally gay, Liberace gay. Oh dear. Well, let's keep trying. How about this?
Right, let's go to the real website and find... Right. 10x additional enemies work in progress by Double Edger. Chapter 1. Did you have... Oh god, I hope he's still here. Are you still there, Reggie? Nice. Did you have it on 50 when you were trying to do Mendes? Cool. So let's have a look. Mendes fight is all stage 47410. So this one's at 50. What did you have it on when it worked just for stage 1? So you had to reduce this stage, didn't you? Because it crashed when phase 2 happened. So what was the original number that you had? And this room is not limited. But I remember you were doing it and phase 2 crashed when you got to it. And you had to reduce the whole stage. Oh, okay. So if I test it now without killing anything and it doesn't crash, that's good, right? So 50, I can leave it on. Oh, why are you saying Shiny? That sounds like you want me to change something. Okay. I thought you were like, maybe it should be like this. Right, save. Generate. So when you doing 10x Gonta? You can be the first person to do 10x with a gamepad. Thanks for the chainsaw controller. Does that work for PC? That was just an OG thing, a game thing, wasn't it? For... is it PlayStation? Or GameCube? I can't remember. Yeah, chainsaw controller. Hold on, let me look it up. Okay, both GameCube and PS2.
The kind you like. Now where's the amber?
Fortunately, it's not on me at the moment. And
Thank you for the sub,
telling me
Smuckers.
what a good job I did. Busted my ass and managed to hide it right before I got caught. Which is why I'm still alive.
I wonder how heavy it is.
The deal was, we get you out of here when you deliver the amber. No amber, no protection, Luis.
Such a stickler for details, Hyde. Okay then. I'll go get it now. How about that? And I do have something else I need to get too.
This is Roost. I've got some bad news, Condor One. With the weather like this, the chopper...
Let's go.
What's gonna happen to me?
Right now.
Blame Shiny for that, Epsilon. He created the default profile.
Right.
Thank you, Lord Biz, for the tier 1 sub.
We've got company. Keep moving, but quietly. We're doing this.
It's supposed to be 10x enemies. What's going on? Oh, do they actually spawn out a bit? Maybe there are 10x. Let me just check something. Enemy multiplier 10. Enemy max per stage 20. Oh no, I think that's not used anymore, that key. I think I did change the default profile up a bit. I just so I think what I did shiny was I added more. I think I made the enemies more neutral, so that because I think with your settings it was more heavy on the villagers, less so on the other types like Gyarados and Regenerators. So I just put more of them in the middle. Because I think, like, for your first rando, you do want a bit of chaos, just to be like, okay, this is what randos, this is the potential of a randomizer. Thank you, Burn, for the Prime sub.
Sorry, didn't realize it was yours. I am flattered. But I'm a one-lady type of guy.
crashed Edge. Thank you, Bernat, for the 5 gift subs. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. You're just trying to annoy Edge now. Tell you what, if you give 100 subs, Edge has got to go through 100 different people and find them in the list. Oh, thank you, Shiny. Another 5, just to add to the Edge's misery. God, everyone's gonna get early access by at this rate. Oh, thank you, Shiny. Yeah, Mighty. Gifting subs hurts Edger. If you want to see Edger deal with pain. Thank you, Micey, for the 5 gift subs. You're too generous. You've already given so many as well. Now gone. Okay. That's enough now. Edge is under enough pain. He doesn't need any more. But thank you very much, Gonta.
Fuck off, Orca's streaming, no way.
Had to beat my last record. Keep up the support. I don't even know what my record was. I should send you a soundbite. You're too nice, Shiny, though. You'd never say anything like these guys to me. Actually, I suppose the one I've got for Buck seems it's fine. He's not mean either. He's nice.
Fuck you to Orca.
So, hold on. I just need to work out what stage these chainsaw people are in. Oh, Namsky's here as well. Everyone, check out Namsky. He is working on a RE2 remake randomizer. He will be streaming tomorrow, 9 PM. Europe time. Thank you for the gift sub to Namsky. Oh, he's don't worry, he's got access. Unfortunately, I don't think his computer can run RE4 remake, so you might have to gift him a PC. In fact, there's a lot of people that don't have a PC to run this game, unfortunately. I think everyone could do it with a gift PC. You just use a laptop. What spec laptop do you have that allows you to run this game? I mean, a Steam Deck barely runs it. So I'm going to try limiting Bella Sisters to... Or maybe it should be bought before Bella Sisters it's limited. So that's 102. Let's make 102... 201. I'll put them at 30. We'll see how that goes. Let's generate.
No! Oh, who'd have thought a whale could be so heavy? She's at the fence!
So, I think Double Edger, in all fairness, needs another shout out. He is doing a great job at giving everyone early access, so go check him out if you're not already following him. And I definitely owe him a gift sub or two. No, I probably owe him like 10 gift subs for what he's doing at the moment.
Let's go.
Minimum.
Right now, let's just focus on getting out of here. We've got company. Keep moving, but quietly. Got it? Guess we're doing this.
Thank you guys for the hype train. I need to get like some really nice animations now. Like when I first saw hype train, I was like, I'm never gonna get one of these. No way. I'm not gonna get one of these. And this must be like at least the fifth one I've got now. Yeah. That's alright, Edger. It's
Sorry, didn't realize that was yours. I am flattered. I'm a one-lady type of guy.
I think everyone just wanted to share their generosity. Thank you, Master Dean, for the sub. I hope you've been enjoying the rando as well. I'm gonna have to kill these guys because I have no idea which one actually has the handle. Oh yeah, I missed the question, not the question, the answer to my question. Something about a laptop. 10-year-old desktop PC, 2016 specs, not the best but it gets the job done. 4070 Ti, 660. You heard the 40 series is really bad. So Namsku, I think AMD cards much better with VRAM. But the only thing they lack really is just some some of the features. Like games sometimes have a specific NVIDIA feature. But other than that, they're actually pretty good cards. Probably better than NVIDIA's, and their drivers are probably better as well. And certainly if you're on Linux, it's just a no-brainer, get AMD. Oh, and I suppose AMD has some issues with like the classic games, but the workarounds probably work fine for most people. Thank you for the sub, Melancholy. Reprimand, Lonnie Dibble. So what we're working on at the moment is, well, we're trying to test 10x enemies, specifically the Mendez fight. Although I'm having trouble getting there because, so I'm not killing any enemies. What Edger was doing, he was testing 10x. If you actually try and kill some of the enemies, I'm not killing. Well, I killed a few to try and get that that key item, but I'm trying to avoid killing enemies because it shouldn't crash if you don't kill anything. So when we got to that area, more enemies spawned in, and it just went over some sort of limit that the game can't handle. So what I have to do now is find that particular area and just say, look, there needs to be a limit, a hard limit of number of enemies that can be in that stage. Wonder if it was Mendez Hill actually. We could do 30 for Mendez Hill, although I have doubts about that. I might stick 20 for that area after the Bella Sisters. The most annoying thing about this is that you have to restart the game, and it can take a while to start the game. Particularly if you have a lot of saved games like I do. Is it this bit that it gets stuck on if you have a lot of saved games? Like after the Capcom logo? What should I say after the RE Engine logo? Right, okay. Like, it must be using the worst algorithm in the world. It must be doing some sort of n factorial algorithm on the save games. Because you said it's fine at 5 and then really slow after if you have more than 5. That's the only thing I can think of really. It just reminds me a lot of the whole GTA 5 online loading taking forever because they just had this most inefficient function that deserialized JSON. So inefficient that it caused a thing that should only take 30 seconds to take 5 minutes. And it took a modder to find it, fix it, and then they finally patched it themselves. I'm on Windows 11. Thank you, Omer, for the sub. Edge will give you access momentarily. I wonder if that, because it says potential number of enemies 69. I wonder if that's like the number we need to look at. Let's just see if that gets really high when I go into this next area. So it's on 68. No, it's fixed all 78, 97. I just saw that number go. It got to 97 and then it crashed. That's funny. That's probably a really useful stat. You could see like the enemies despawning as well because it went down a bit and then it went really high.
She's at the fence.
Like uncontrollably high. The one thing I really do need to look into is there's another type of spawn controller where it will only like spawn enemies if there's less than a certain number already active. So it might be worth checking that out. Oh, nice AFK. How did you figure that out? You just happened to come across something that said that.
Let's go.
What's gonna happen to me?
Right now.
Bok is testing 10 enemies. Wow, he's probably just trying it out. There's a high chance it's going to crash because it's still work in progress.
Guess we're doing this.
Is he using the right profile though? Because if he's just racked it up himself, that's definitely going to crash. Or maybe not, because he had it on 25, so it'd be like Shiny's experience. So potential number of enemies is at 48 at the moment. Yeah, so just racking, basically 10 times enemies isn't ready yet. It's work in progress. So you'll get crashes if you just try and do it yourself. The thing is, I think they defaulted it to a maximum of 25 per stage. So like when you get to the village, you won't even get any extra enemies. So we're on 55, 66. Yeah. I probably overdid it because 66 isn't a huge number now. 67. 66. Good chunk of them despawned. 55, 54, 53, 58, 62, 43, 29, 30, 41. I hope they all despawn now, because we're in a different area. We're on 68. $59. So it should have despawned all of those and spawned in a whole load more. Yeah, on 59. I think I overdid it. It didn't really get past 70. Or in fact, it was probably at an average about 60 throughout that whole chapter. It looks like we're certainly past 80. I think it's a dangerous territory.
No! Oh, who thought a whale could be so heavy?
Yeah, it was 97 when it crashed.
Cheese at the fence!
Shall I buy Edge a beer from you on Friday? Oh, you meeting up with him? Yeah, go for it. But buy him 5 beers. You're in London, aren't you? It'd be like £15 a pint. Right, let's try a higher limit. So I'd pretty much put everything on 15. So let's try up to 20 now. And we'll do... No, we'll leave Mendez on 50 actually. I'm not working on a in-game limiter. I'm just doing what you're doing, but only for this chapter. The only thing I've added is that Mendez now has the first phase despawns when the second phase comes in, so you don't just automatically get double trouble. Yeah, if I can do that, Edger, I will. I will literally get every spawn controller to have a hard limit. Right, 24, 29, 39. I swear it was more before. 41, 61, 63. I mean, you could spend ages fine-tuning these numbers, actually. Trying to get something that always works, and it's at the absolute highest. Thank you, Hope, for the tier 1 sub. So we got 71 enemies now, which is a bit scary actually, because if I load the next area, it's probably gonna go over the limit, isn't it?
No! Oh, who thought a whale could be so heavy? Cheese it,
No problem, Namsku. Thank you for lurking, and remember everyone, Namsku is streaming tomorrow, RE2 Remake Randomizer.
Cheese it, defense!
Ooh, 81. That's dangerous. But it's working. I think we're on the absolute limit here. And then they despawn. At least they despawn as soon as you go through that door, which is good, because it means that they...
No! Oh, who thought a whale could be so heavy?
Oh.
Cheese it, defense!
I don't know why that happened. I didn't even change the Mendez Hill stage. And it didn't even get past 70 enemies. I wonder if that was just a fluke. Thank you, Ekajata, for the 5 gift subs. Welcome in, Michael. Welcome in, Sleepy. Welcome in, everyone.
No! Oh, who'd have thought a whale could be so heavy? Cheese it, defense! No! Oh,
Hold on, let me turn the
so heavy?
thingy off.
Cheese it, defense!
Right. So, what I was going to do is just reseed actually, because I think that might have just been an unlucky seed with it crashing there. But actually, I'm just going to load the autosave and see if it still crashes. Oh, it went to like 91 just for a moment there, didn't it? This is 1819. Oh no, sorry. This is 47 301. 47 301. I've limited to 20, so that's weird. I suppose it could be the stages before and after it. Mendez Hills 300. Yeah, these are all set to 20 limit. So how it nerf got to 91, I don't know. Yeah, you see, it didn't crash. This is a difficult thing to get right, because there's just going to be those rare moments where it crashes, but then if you load the autosave, it won't. Thank you everyone though for the follows, much appreciated, and all the subs. Sorry I can't keep tabs on it. There's so many coming in at the moment, but they're all very much appreciated. And anyone that gets a sub gets access to the rando. If you want access to the rando, be sure to check out the link at the top that's pinned. You think the total is not as important as the number of enemies that has to load in stage textures. I mean, yeah, that's another thing, Shiny. The quantity of different types of enemies could also be a problem. But that sounds more like a VRAM issue, and potentially you can handle more if you just reduce the your graphic settings. Thank you, OU714W, for the 5 gift subs. Thank you very much. Is it loading in the boss enemies or post Mendez fight enemies at that point? I don't think so. I think it only loads. So it's only going to load the Mendez enemies at the point that you trigger Mendez. These enemies might be getting loaded. But that's why I need like the little plugin that I was talking about, where it tells you what flags get set and unset during the game. Because then I can specifically spawn in enemies after and despawn them on certain events. Bok had a rough start. I think he's had a rough start in all of his randomizers. I'm so sorry, Edger. I didn't think this would happen. I have to give you 20 subs now. Oh, the other thing, Shiny, is that when you grenade a whole load of enemies, it often crashes, which makes me think that it's not specifically an enemy limit, but also like an entity limit, like the number of objects that are in the level. Yeah, this all seems fine.
I won't let that happen. I promise.
Yeah, I think maybe. So Mendes Hill was 473, 47400.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about being followed.
Maybe I'll just make those 15. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit that change for the Mendes fight, and then I'll give you my new numbers, Edger, for your profile.
Hola, Luis here. You guys still around?
Yeah, that's too bad.
Perfect, because I have a present I want to give you. Medicine. medicine that will help to suppress the progress of your problem. Let's see. Come to the courtyard inside of the castle. We can meet up there. Ciao.
Well, looks like the castle crashed. So stage 6 for 7100. Yeah, I'm just gonna send all of these to you. Only one of those gift subs was actually signed up. What's going on? What are you waiting for, people? Sign up. Get your early access. Hey Garox, how you doing? Nah, Edger loves doing this sort of thing. That's why he's a modder in so many channels. The thing is, Mighty, Edger can take away your early access at any time. So might want to be extra nice to him. I know he's called HTML now. Did I get that right? Thank you, Fabian, for the tier 1 sub. Much appreciated. So, Drunk Goblins, did you fancy a bit of RE4 remake randomizer? Wherever you do, you got early access. All you have to do is sign up to the website. I assume that's what Edger does for a living, Mighty. He said he's a web developer, so I mean, that's probably what he does do. Or maybe it's just his side hustle. I don't know what to do now. I'll stream till 11 and then raid out. Or actually, I think yeah, I'll stream till 11 o'clock. Unless Edger wants to go to sleep, in which case I'll end 10:45. Because the remaining things I got to do are not. They're going to be quite quick to do. So I just need to make the flash recipe appear before chapter 5, I think it is, wherever the cabin chapter is. So I want flash recipe to show up by that chapter in the same way that I make the biosensor scope show up by that chapter. And the reason is that I think you should have at least the bioscope. You should have the opportunity to get the bioscope sensor and the flash recipe by the cabin. I need to set the default HP for the bosses because some of them are incorrect. And I did see some people, they weren't able to like set their own ranges because they weren't sure what the vanilla range for the HP was for those bosses. So I need to do that. Base stats are incorrect. That is an ongoing issue, but I can at least make it so it shows the correct values, which will be vanilla for everything apart from capacity. And it will mean that the first upgrade will potentially be like tiny, but the upgrade after that will probably be fine. And then there's the inventory auto sort to do improving. Yeah, it's pretty rare. Resident Evil. Completely different games, aren't they? How do I go about getting early access after subbing? Alright, Edge has already answered you. Just create an account on the website that's pinned. Could do with a static biosensor in the environment in chapter 1. I mean, if you really want it, just give it to yourself. That's all you have to do. Might give 10 enemies no Ganardos a go. Do you mean Ganado as in just villager, or Ganado as in villager, zealot, islander? Not for you. For the average player. Nah, the average player doesn't need a biosensor scope. Because you don't have to kill the regenerators. You only... Well, I mean, what is the first enemy you actually have to kill? It's the chainsaw. It's the checkpoint, isn't it? Checkpoint crank. Right? Well, other than El Gigante as well. the bosses, obviously. Yeah, that's true. Wow, I think even normal regenerators take a lot of damage. Like, if you're not shooting, it depends what you have actually. If you got like the Punisher, you can hit their the Plaga. If you got no penetration, then I think it still takes a lot of damage to kill one. But it also depends on what the HP is set to. Obviously, you can't set the HP of Super Iron Maiden, but the other ones you can. In fact, that reminds me, I need to remove Super Iron Maiden HP, because you can't. The game just won't listen to me when I said it. Thank you for the follow. Almost seamless transition. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here, guys. Just I don't want to keep Edger up any longer, and I'm too lazy to do it myself. Yeah, if you do sub after I go, just DM me in Discord and I'll give you your early access. So thank you, Philosopher, for the tier 1. Yeah, I mean, you'll be streaming soon, right, Shiny? Or you have the night off? No problem, Lonnie. He might stream anyway. Well, I'll be able, because I'm stopping, I'll be able to watch. So I'm actually going to raid. I'm going to raid Bok Basoup because it's the only way I really can pay back the 2 raids he gave me. And good time as any. Not raided him before, so this will be my first time. And he obviously needs no introduction. Hopefully he notices. He's apparently doing 10x enemies, so I've heard. So we'll see him suffer. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Bok is the reason I started making these randos. I didn't even know what a randomizer was until I saw him. Yeah, we'll go with that. Hedger. The orcas have arrived. But yeah, thank you everyone for all the subs and follows. All appreciated. I'll be on again soon.